What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. This is Eli, aka Devoted Day Trader. Today, I was able to utilize psychology and volume to make a really good trade on Tiffany, TIF. I also traded AMD, which was a winner. I had a small loser on MU, Microsoft, and was and I had a winner on PLD. So let's get to today's trades. On Tiffany, what I saw was, well, Tiffany was up about 31% in the pre-market because of a rumor that they're going to be acquired by LVMH, which is the parent company for Louis Vuitton. And I figured that those who are profitable, because the stock was up about 31%, and in the pre-market we were starting to sell off. People were taking profit. So I figured that those who are profitable are going to try to get rid of their shares. And in the first minute, I saw we rejected this 9 moving average, the 9, and I went short with the stop, the high of this topping tail. So this topping tail told me that there was going to be more selling, and I was not quick to cover at VWAP because I saw that the volume. So I paid attention to volume. I don't usually pay attention to it, but I'm starting to pay attention to volume, and I saw that we had significant volume. So I knew that this was not a pullback, that we were going to continue to sell off, and we did. And once we made a solid move down, I sold half of my position. So I got in at 127.67. My first partial was after it made $1 move at 126.72, and I took more off at pre-market low. So this line right here is pre-market low, and then I was consolidating. I thought about taking more off here, but I thought that it could potentially go down and test this ascending at 200 moving average, this red line. So I wasn't more aggressive in covering, but once we got above VWAP, I took the rest off. I did try to take another trade on this once I saw that we made a double top. Well, we made a new high, but then we made a sort of a double top, one top, two top. I took a short, but then I got stopped out, and now it looks like it's going down. So my second attempt on this didn't, well, I got stopped out, but if I had held, I could have captured this move. So that was that. I thought about jumping back in, but I was already in a different trade once I saw that I got wicked. The second trade was on AMD. AMD is in play because it's getting ready to announce its quarterly earning, and on Friday, Intel announced its quarterly earning, and it beat its quarterly earning and revenue. So I figured that people were going to make the same assumption about AMD. So on AMD, what I saw was we opened strong, but then after that we kept consolidating. We had all these topping tails. Most likely a lot of people were going short, seeing these topping tails. So but I figured that there will be people who are going to buy up AMD in anticipation of AMD having a really good quarterly earning report. So knowing that, I went long at 33.40 with my stop literally the low of these two bars. It popped up. I took a partial. I sold some here for profit, and then I wanted to lock in more profit because I was already super profitable by now. And my next target was 33.75, which is which the quarter number could act as support or resistance, in this case resistance. So I was not quick to lock in more profit when it popped. I wanted to get to 33.75 and it didn't, and I took the rest of my position off once I noticed that the bids were getting bigger and bigger. Specifically, I believe there was a big bid at 33.56, and then suddenly that bid, and then suddenly there was even a bigger bid 2 cents below that. So usually when we have big bids, it means the stock is most likely going to go lower. So knowing that, I took the rest of the position off, and good thing I did because it did drop. I figured it was gonna test VWAP, but I did not want to hold. I did not want to hold. I was already profitable in the name, and I wanted to lock in profit. I should have stopped trading after my first trade on Tiffany was profitable. AMD was a nice winner, but I decided to take a long on Microsoft, and it didn't work out. So Microsoft is in play because it won the contract from the Pentagon for $10 billion to handle their cloud storage or cloud computing business. It beat out Amazon. But so we started strong in the open. We started pretty strong, but then we sold off, and I noticed that we bounced off pre-market low. This line right here is pre-market low. In pre-market, it came to this price and it bounced from that price. So saying that we bounced off this pre-market low and we were creating a double bottom, one bottom, second bottom, I took a long, and it popped up by a bit, but I wanted to get to VWAP. But once we lost this bottom, I got stopped out. What was the other trade? MU. I traded MU. When I traded MU, I was already super profitable, so I don't know why I took the trade. But I told myself that I'm gonna take trades until 9 a.m. if I see good opportunities, and I did decrease my risk because I was already profitable. But so on MU, I saw a double top or a triple top even. So one top, two top, three top, and I saw this red bar just engulfing the buyers. So I went short with the hopes of getting to the 200 moving average, but I got stopped out. And my last trade was on PLD. Wow. Okay. So on PLD, it's in play because it's acquiring a Liberty property, and usually when a company acquires another company, the stock tends to go lower because investors are probably thinking, the company is spending too much money on acquiring this new company, so now they don't have as much capital to work with. So usually stocks that do the acquiring tend to sell off, and the company that is being acquired, its stock usually goes higher. So on PLD, we sold off, and then we found a bottom at 86.50ish, so the $0.50. So I took a long with a tight stop, but once we made this topping tail and we dropped, I got out, and then I flipped my position. And it dropped, covered. I took the rest of my position off on this bar because I saw the volume. So if we look at the volume, I saw the volume was increasing, and I felt we were going to squeeze because usually when you have the price moving higher and the volume is also rising, it means it's probably going to continue to move higher. So I took the rest off, and maybe it was premature. It did go up. It did go higher, but yeah, I guess I could have held on. Yeah, so today I started off trading really well with Tiffany. So after last week's over trading, I came up with new rules for this week. The first rule that I came up with was in the open, I'm gonna take 2 trades. It doesn't matter if it's in the first minute, whatever the case may be, I'm gonna take 2 trades. And the reason for that is stocks usually make big moves in the open, and as long as I manage my risk is equal on the first attempt and the second attempt, I should be profitable, on those 2 attempts. At least one of them has to work out, and if not, over the course of a lot of trades, because usually we get big moves in the first 1 to 5 minutes, that tactic, that strategy could be profitable. So yeah, so I'm taking 2 trades no matter what in the open if I feel like I am seeing the right opportunity and the odds are in my favor. And the other rule that I incorporated is that I'm not going to take any more trades after 9 a.m. And also, I'm not going to trade 2 or more than 2 stocks simultaneously. So I stuck to those rules today. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.